Charya Tantra belongs to the four classifications of the Sarma traditions of Tibetan Buddhism. Now, Charya is the second. It's Kriya, Charya, Yoga, and then the fourth. So Charya follows very closely with the Kriya in having a three Buddhist system. So all of the different Tantra literature that is assigned to the Charya classification further falls under either the Tatagata family, Padma family, or Vajra family. So the head of the Tatagata family is Shakyamuni, head of the Padma family is Amitabha Buddha, and the head of the Vajra family is Akshobhya Buddha. Now, the Charya classification, similar to the Yoga classification, actually has very few Tantra texts in it. We have, for the Tatagata family, we have the Mahavairochana Abhisambodhi Tantra. For the Padma family, we have none. There were none translated from any Indian language into Tibetan. So there are no texts under this category of Padma family for Charya Tantra. Now, for the Vajra family, we have the Vajrapani Abhisheka Tantra, the Nilambaradhara Vajrapani Tantra, and the Vajrapatala Tantra. Now, there are some miscellaneous others, but not that really relate to iconographic forms that appear in art. Now, we also have to remember that depending on the tradition of Buddhism that one follows, then there are differences as to how you categorize certain Kriya and Charya Tantra texts, such as Sakya tradition and some related traditions. They catalog the Manjushri Mulakalpa as a Charya, not as a Kriya Tantra, as well as the Siddha Aikavira Tantra is categorized as a Charya by Sakya and some others. So there are some complications with understanding Kriya and Charya and how different deities appear in art. I mean, the deities appear the same, but how they're categorized is different. So what are we left with, really? Well, we're left with the most famous, really, Tantra of the Charya class is the Vairochana Abhisambodhi. This is like a foundational mandala text description that lends many of its foundational points and characteristics to the yoga and fourth level classification tantras. So Charya is kind of foundational because of this one Vairochana Abhisambodhi. Now, leaving the Manjushri Mulakalpa aside and the Siddha Aikavira for the time, the most important figures that you see in art coming out of the Charya are really different forms of Vajrapani, Amrita Kundali. I think we have some Akshobhya that's coming out of the Vajra family tantras as well. And then depending on the tradition, then the 9 deity Vajra Garuda that you will find in the Mitra Gyatsa system is sometimes cataloged as a Kriya and then other times cataloged as a Charya. So some variation, but really it's the Vajrapani practices that we find in art that are coming from the Charya Tantra. Although the Vairochana Abhisambodhi is very important, we really don't find a lot of scrollwork paintings, although we do find some murals in West Tibet, Mustang, Shalu, Sakya, and Gyaltsen. But otherwise, it's not that popular in art, but the various forms of Vajrapani from the Charya Tantra are very popular in art and can be found replicated in sculpture, wall paintings, and scrollwork paintings.